Is how to market your business as an owner and entrepreneur unclear and difficult to understand? Welcome to the Alias Marketing and Design Podcast. The podcast created to help you as a business owner and entrepreneur.
Welcome to Alias Marketing and Designing.
Market and grow your business online. Here's your host, me, Ian Connery, owner and founder of Alias Marketing and Design.
Welcome along. Welcome back to a brand new episode of how I created a marketing and design agency on 89 Cent. So today's episode is a bit more of an intro and a very short backstory to a brand new mini series that we're going to be creating over the next few episodes. It's a 101 mini series. So basically the ultimate beginner's guide to a number of topics inside the digital marketing space, and indeed a few other topics that I find very helpful to me and indeed should be helpful to you inside your business also. So the inspiration of this whole 101 series, 101 guides are something that we use all the time for our clients, and particularly in SEO, where we create 101 content for people who wish to find out, customers who will be at the top level of the funnel, at the kind of awareness and research stage. So they're basically just finding out, just basically get the lowdown on your product or service. So these guides are hugely beneficial in terms of SEO and work very, very well introducing brands, products and services to customers who ultimately are going to buy them. So we also use these 101 guides and specifically the podcast episodes. So they wouldn't be 101 guides, but we use the podcast episodes a lot to refer our current clients and people who are prospective clients. So we would refer them to particular episodes on the podcast where we speak about a particular subject, saves us the hassle and educate and rehash it all the same stuff again. But all jokes aside, the podcast, it's a great content source in terms of educating people who want to learn about the particular topics that we talk about inside the podcast. So we send the episodes out to our clients and they can listen to it and listen to me talking about it in their own leisurely time and learn and educate themselves about it. Rewind back about two years ago, in one of the very early episodes we were creating about the podcast, I had my son in the studio with me at the time, and we actually recorded an episode about SEO, and it was me kind of explaining to him about SEO in terms of him being he was a really young child at the time. And yeah, so we were kind of doing an interview. I still have it somewhere. It was something that I suppose, thought about it a few times, and it was something that I wanted to kind of revisit. And it always been kind of in the back of my mind about perhaps doing an interview with one of my kids, explaining to them about marketing so that anybody, if a kid who's 8 or 9, 10, can understand the principles that I was talking to them about. Therefore, if I send over that episode to somebody who wants to get a simplified, diluted version or summary of the basics, get a grasp on a particular topic, I can just send it over to them and they can listen to it. Or indeed, anybody listening online can educate themselves as well. So that was the first. It's always been kind of burning in the back of my mind to do this. And recently, what I suppose escalated or accelerated the decision to create this was we were all sitting down at the table at home, as you do, and having a chat about school. And my son brought up the conversation that he was having a chat, or the few of them in school were having a chat with the teacher about what their dads did. Somehow, I don't think she was like interrogating or interviewing them what their dads did, but it came up anyway. And when the teacher actually asked my son what I did, he hadn't got a clue what I did. He just kind of said, he works for Alias Marketing and Design, was kind of the crux of it. I don't think he even got that part correct. But now, he's been down, he sits beside me, watches everything I do. My daughter will be here sometimes when we're recording the episodes. So it's not as if I'm completely isolated and totally away from them in terms of them having any sort of involvement in the business. They see all the stuff we do. They see all the stuff we create and all the brands and we work with. They see all the videos we create, but they didn't actually know what I suppose, what the term was for what we were actually doing. So I suppose that as a very basic backstory and foundation for why I started this. So it was more so really that I could create these episodes. I can say to the kids, here you go. This is what daddy does. And we can send them over to clients. And again, people who are listening to the podcast online can as well. They can, educate themselves. They can inform people who are at the stage of starting their journey in digital marketing, business owners who just want to get a very diluted summary of what the entire topic is about. That's the purpose of the 101 series. So the areas we're going to cover: SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, possibly. It may be a bit of a challenge to kind of summarize over on a podcast. It can be a bit technical, but anyway, as I said, we're not going to get into anything technical. It's just going to be a really, 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 really watered down, nuts and bolts, shortcut to success type kind of chat about each one of these. We're also going to look at social media marketing, design 101 for owners or business owners and digital marketers, which I think is hugely, hugely important. So many different options there. Having the skill to design as a digital marketer or as a business owner can be just hugely important to accelerate growth. But there's so many tools now that you don't have to learn Photoshop. You can just kind of cut through all the messing. I mean, even in Photoshop, you just learn a few simple skills inside Photoshop, and that will set you up in terms of designing for online marketing and even print as well. Basic kind of print stuff that you'd use. Again, it's 101, the ultimate beginner's guide to X. And yeah, we're going to be doing that over the next few episodes. As I said, the areas that we're going to cover: SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, possibly we'll see social media marketing, design 101 for business owners and digital marketers. And as well, what we'll do is we'll do a 101 series on starting a podcast. It's not going to be a course. These are not courses. They are just simply for anybody who wants to get a very, very basic, diluted summary and shortcut through all the crap that's out there. Just a basic understanding of what each one of those areas is all about. So, as always, listen, I hope it hasn't been very beneficial to you, but it's definitely been informative. And we'll give you the chance to check out our upcoming episodes on the 101 series of the Alias Marketing and Design podcast. So, as always, don't forget to subscribe, play this episode a few times, download for later, share with your business friends and family, and leave me a rating and review. I've been Ian Connery. This has been the Alias Marketing and Design podcast, how I created a marketing and design agency on 89 cent. Take care. Stay safe. We'll talk to you real soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.